a missionary with Scripture Union and also the lead pastor, Reconciliation Grace for Gospel Church, Asaba. Welcome, sir.
Thank
So,
you.
how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Please loosen up, because
There's no
loosen up,
problem.
because first of all, how is Nigeria treating you, though? Especially at this time where we're experiencing, um, you know, prices of food items, commodities skyrocketing by the day, and we're hoping that it gets better, but we're still here. I know those from the Christian faith will always profess, um, positive things like it is well to get better, and then we're hoping that it's actually get better in the real sense, but things are still going way or haywire. What's your own perspective about it, and how long do you think we should wait for?
Okay. Once again, I want to say welcome to our viewers this morning. We are here to talk about the state of the nation. Indeed, the Bible said that the righteous man shall live by faith, and we are still believing God that this nation, that by His grace, that God is taking us somewhere. Based on the question that you just asked, the truth is that we keep on believing God and be prayerful. Yesterday, I went to a filling station to get fuel for myself. Could you imagine that I bought fuel 770 naira per liter? And this morning, as I was coming, I went to one filling station here in Asaba, and I bought 720 naira. Then you found out that I don't know. It's likely that some people are doing some magic work when we're talking about the nation. So we will keep on praying, but we human beings, we should help ourselves.
Okay.
If a particular filling station is selling 770 naira, and another one is selling 720, what is, you know that the difference is there. Okay, so we are still asking that the government should help us, God should help us. I found out that there are some areas that we human beings, we are just doing some magic to make things difficult, even when we are praying, even when the government is trying. So we human beings, we are trying to do some magic which is not good. So we should help ourselves in as much as we are joining our hands to build this nation.
Okay, moving forward, adding value to your conversation now. There's no saying the fact that the way it used to be many years ago is not what we're experiencing now. Perhaps as a result of the economic meltdown. Do we see us coming back to normalcy? Moving forward.
And anytime soon, too. I'll add that.
Just laughing. Why I'm laughing is because the truth is that we are just believing God. Why are we? I've just heard people when they always said everything is only God that can help us. If there is no help from the Lord, I'm not sure that people will say it's only God that can help us. But the truth is that, let me say, for instance, I know a particular landlord. The tenants were paying 204,000 naira. All of a sudden, the man came and they should pay 500,000. This is more than 100% increase.
Yeah.
And when they were having a meeting, they told me that there is no way, if with the look of things, there's no way the landlord will revise to 204,000 with the economic situation in this country. So to answer your question, there is no way. We remembered, as I was coming, I was meditating on some certain things. PDP was on power, and we are talking about it. Now we have three political parties. This is PDP, this is APC, this is Labour Party.
We have other parties to play.
Yes, but we have this the
like
three
the
major.
most,
Yes.
popular.
Now that the APC is on board, here in Delta is PDP. So we still need to tell them So please, you have to help the masses because we remember how much they were selling fuel those days back. But today it's no longer like that. So for things to go back to normal, Professor Onome, I'm not sure whether it will be possible. But at least they should make things easier. There are some things that the government can put in order, at least to ease the suffering of the masses. That's just the truth. Okay? We are not saying that you should reverse. Okay, now look at the dollar. Look at the fuel. Look at how much the landlords are collecting from the house rent. Okay? So gone are the days when somebody will say 3 bedrooms apartment, you will pay 200. Not now. But let them reduce it. But government can help us to reduce because we are still in our nation. Okay? Now coming to Delta State here. Yesterday I drove down to somewhere and I found out that they have constructed the road. These are the areas that they can ease the suffering of the nation. So if the government can do all those things, we are talking about the electricity. So I can tell you that I can't even remember. Yesterday I sent my girl to go and buy fuel. If you see the amount of fuel that she bought with the jerrycan, because I want to power my generator, it's alarming. Let them reduce some certain things. We're not saying that they should go back to square one. No, they should help us. That's why we voted for them.
Okay, so there's this angle I'm going to come with. I know that some people might look at me with one kind of bombastic side eye. But we're talking about reduction of but tithe still remains 10%. Do you not think that the churches should also talk about the tithing? That they should also reduce it?
They didn't increase it.
No, wait.
Was it increased?
No.
Because we are looking at the economic challenges, and by the time you receive 50 or 1,000 naira, and then you remove how much? 5,000, which is actually very small.
Okay.
But some people cannot even squeeze out that 5,000 out of their 50,000. And do you think that they should reduce it further?
No,
They should
not.
even increase.
They should not. The reason is because, I went to a particular school. A young boy was crying. He said, Pastor Blessing, please pray for me, pray for me. I said, what is it? What is it? He said he lost. I don't know whether he said he lost the money or he gave the money to someone. And I have the money. The money I have with me is up to. This boy at that moment don't need prayers. He need it. So,
You get the money.
yes, these churches that we are talking about, some of them may not come on air and be telling you. There are so many people on scholarship. There are so many widows on scholarship. So anytime I'm listening people, I'm hearing people talking about pastors, tithe, this is the money they are making. If the pastors tell you how much they are spending on widows, people on scholarship. So if there is a way I can even tell our founding fathers to increase it,
The tithe
the
said.
tithe,
I
think
know,
it will be
I
better.
know, right? I said that for a reason. Because, everything is increasing but the tithe.
But the tithe
So it's
doesn't
the
know
irony.
about, yeah.
All right, so coming down to Delta State, you mentioned about house rent, how, the issues that we are faced with is not just that fish is expensive
Yeah.
or that the fuel. Is when you have a business that requires you powering your generating set,
Yeah.
you have car
Yeah.
that you need to fuel to
Yeah.
go up and about, then you need fuel. But you need to stay somewhere now. You need to rent a house. Gone were those days when you want to rent a boys' quarter, you're looking at 50,000. Now to rent a boys' quarter, a standard one in Asaba, you're going to spend as high as 500 or even more, depends on what you want or you're going for. But then you also say something remarkable that, okay, you didn't say it, but I want to say
Okay.
that some landlords, they also go to the market, they buy fish, they buy meat, they buy rice, and they're saying they did not buy cement. They built, maybe someone built his or her house 10 years ago when cement was still very affordable, prices of building materials were affordable. But then the same person is telling you that, look, you can see collecting, even the federal government, can do to ameliorate our plight in terms of housing.
Well, of course, I've said it, but let me just divert a little bit. I've heard so many people when they will say that all this talk and talk and talk and talk that the government is not hearing it. Viewers, I want to let you know that even as you are here, the government is hearing because they have political advisors. So many of them, they are, even as we're talking, there are some people that are listening to what we are saying on conversation and they can take it to the government. That is it. So we keep on talking, but we should talk in a reasonable manner. Now, coming to the question that you asked, the truth is that, let me take for instance, I don't know whether you have been to Coca. Coca now has become another Roman parlor for some people.
And
Okay.
now they cannot afford to pay house rent.
So they can
What
afford
do you expect?
both in the day and in the night.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for people that are assigned to be sweeping there. They are having a double work. So the area, last time we heard that the cement price has come down.
Yeah.
It's a little, it has relieved some certain things. And I've heard again last time that the government want to have a normal house rent. That may not work. It may not work. So what we are talking about the state of the nation. I think that what the government have to do is that look at this power. If they can be able to provide the power and reduce the price of things, okay, I think that the landlord knows what to do. Even we tenants, we still know what to do. So if they can do all those things, they can do all those things. Okay, now look at DBS here. If they tells you how much they are using the powered their generator, you will not even believe it.
Yeah.
So all these things, if it can comes down, I'm sure that by the time that they will doing all these small scale businesses, they can be able to afford money to pay for their house rent. But in as much as they don't have the money, they will not be able to. You will see them hanging, causing nuisance in the state and in the nation.
Okay, Pastor. Suddenly, I'm sure you've heard of this coastal road
Yes.
that is being built.
Is it being built or on the process?
Yeah, they're working on it.
Okay.
I think they've awarded the contract.
Yeah.
And we see Atiku Abubakar saying that they did not follow due process.
Mm.
Putting into consideration the civil fact that the company that they gave the job to has the son of the president on the board. What do you have to say?
Okay.
about that?
Let me start from the I think Dave Omahi. Why we have confidence on that man is whatever he say, he is doing it of a truth, and he's an engineer of a truth. And if you be following the trends, if you're following him up, you find out that that man is working. So we have that confidence, whether the young man, the young man is there or not. What we are talking about is that let them deliver the job perfectly. Okay? So, and it will help, it will ease, because I was here when the newspaper review was being mentioned, we were discussing about it. The truth is that look at how many states, and people will have that confidence even to pass through the road. I had an experience 2 years ago. I don't like to discuss it on air. I had experience, and I don't pray that such experience will occur again. When something happened and we were dropped somewhere for 3 days, it was not so. But if this line is free, instead of people to pass, if you cannot afford the money for a ticket, you can go through this one. It's more safer than passing through the normal road. I think that what we are after, what Nigerians are after, is let them provide this thing so that it will ease our movement. From Lagos or Abuja, from Lagos to Calabar, if you are passing through the road, you will spend no less than 15 hours because of the nature of the roads. So if they can be able to put it in a place, I'm sure that it will ease the suffering of the masses. So for me, I'm in support of it based on the fact that Dave Omahi will deliver the job. He's an engineer.
All right, I think that's it.
Okay, so just before we let you go now, Nigerians are resident people, smiling and living in their sun. I speak to that of the truth.
Yeah.
You know, what advice you have on now, or what panacea you think today?
Some real out
Yeah,
in terms of
moving forward for us.
Well, of course, the truth is that let's start from the governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff. He is there. And I know that there are some people that contested, but they could not. The truth is that they should join him.
Okay.
There's no two ways about that. The same thing applicable to the national level. They should join him. There is no court that will announce again that these people are no longer the true winner of the 2023 election.
Over.
So it's over, it's over. My stake on this is that we should join hands and keep on praying and believing God. You know, God is still the ultimate. That's why people will tell you, no matter whatsoever that is happening, that it is still only God. But finally, before we'll cut it off here, is that, you know, some people may say that it's only the poor people is affected. In as far as I'm concerned, it's not only the poor people. If by the time that 2 or 5 or 10 people we meet Professor
rich
Onome
man.
and tell you, say, sir, please send me money, you will send. There will be a time that you will start avoiding some people's call. So it's affecting everybody.
Just like he's avoiding my call now.
Oh, it's avoiding your call now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm
So
not avoiding this too.
so please, this is just the truth. Both the big men out there, the governors, is affecting everybody because we have so many people online demanding for money or one thing or the other. So we should just help ourselves. God is still there. He's the ultimate. We should keep on believing God.
All right, thank you so much, Pastor Blessing Ekpeko, a missionary with Scripture Union, and of course, he is a lead pastor, Reconciliation Graceful Gospel Church here in Asaba. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll take another quick break and we'll return. A Red Cross trainer joins us. Stay with us. Felix Ore. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
So I'd like to start with red.
Cross.
It is my turn. Red.
Cross.
E-red.
E
Oh,
cross.
yes. So welcome. So it's all about Red Cross, and I've been rightly informed that tomorrow is
The World Red
World
Cross.
Red Cross Day.
Yes.
And I know that the advantages is irresistible. We cannot mention all the things that Red Cross does for us as humans. The care that they give, the love that they show to humans is too numerous to mention. Yes, but then let's start with the basics now. What is Red Cross?
The Red Cross is a neutral, impartial, independent, international humanitarian voluntary organization saddled with a mandate of keeping humanity alive in all ramifications. So when we talk about the Red Cross, we are talking about an independent, impartial, and a neutral international humanitarian organization which is saddled with the responsibility of keeping humanity alive in all ramifications.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As a follow-up to that, as we celebrate, can you just tell us the formation? Because tomorrow is World Red Cross Day. It has its formation, and how did it get to Nigeria? And of course, legal base of the Red Cross Society in Nigeria is a triple base question now to be answered in one shot.
Okay, that is history. It started on the 24th of June 1859. There was a conflict. In somewhere in Europe at Solferino, and then a man called Sir Jane Henry Donald, who was born on the 8th of May 1828. As at that time he was a businessman, he had to seek permission from Emperor Napoleon to set up his business in present-day Algeria. And as at that time, Emperor Napoleon has led the French army to the battlefield. So he had to get to Emperor Napoleon to seek this permission. He met 300,000 soldiers fighting a war. That was on the 24th of June 1859. Out of that 300,000 soldiers, a lot of them, thousands of them, were already wounded. He felt pity on them. He left his business. He abandoned his business. He went into community. He mobilized volunteers. He used the money he was supposed to use for his business to procure first aid materials. He passed on to them the little knowledge he had about first aid, and immediately after the war, they went in. As at that time, there was no army medical service. So they went in, they rendered first aid to 40,000 wounded persons. Henry Donald, for being from Switzerland, returned back to his country after the war. By 1862, Henry Donald wrote a book. He titled the book A Memory of Solferino, where he listed out his bitter experience at the front of Solferino. And then he asked a question. He said, will it not be good for us to, in time of peace, set up a relief society that will take care of wounded soldiers during war? And then he made a proposal. He made a proposal. In the proposal, the first word he said tutti fraternali. It means all men are brothers. He said all men are brothers, even our worst enemy. So as a result of that proposal he made in the year 1862 from his book that was published, A Memory of Solferino, 4 persons came together. They joined Sir Jane Henry Donald. By 1863, the Swiss flag of the Swiss flag, which is a white cross on a red background, was converted in honor of Sir Jane Henry Donald. It was converted. The red background was used to form the cross, and then the white cross was used to form the background, and then the name Red Cross came up on the 17th of February 1863, where other countries of the world, some countries as at that time, came and then joined the Red Cross. Having set up the society Abu founded the society on the 17th of February 1863, a lot of agreement needed to be signed by nations of the world so that this society that has been bettered in 1863, we have international recognition. They will be able to protect wounded soldiers during war. Not just protecting wounded soldiers, but they will also be protected by an international treaty, by an international agreement. This idea led to the what is known today as the Geneva Convention, which metamorphosed into what is known today as the IHL, International Humanitarian Law. By 1864, there was a Geneva Convention, and then from 1864 it falls down to 1949, and then the additional protocol. The last additional protocol was in 2005. All this put together today is known as the International Humanitarian Law, which the Red Cross is a custodian of today. Was bettered and was founded, and when you follow the process, some countries now begin to draw branches from. If you look at 1870, the war between there was the Franco-Prussia War. Prussia today is known as Germany. After that war, the British Red Cross came up. The British Red Cross was bettered after that war, and gradually the society began to move. But in 1917, because a major crisis took place in 1914 that lasted to 1918. That was the First World War, which commenced in 1914 and then ended in 1918. The British Red Cross was looking for resources to take care of the wounded at the war front and to aid the British Red Cross volunteers that were assisting the wounded during the First World War. So they came to Nigeria, then under the British colony. They staged a play in Makoko, Lagos, that is known as the Adamu play in the year 1917. That was the first visit of the Red Cross
to Nigeria.
That was in 1917. As the Red Cross grew, the Nigerian state at that time became a colony of the British government, and the Red Cross became a branch of the British Red Cross Society. The Red Cross in Nigeria now became a branch of the British Red Cross Society. By 1961, after the independence of Nigeria, the Nigerian government signed the Geneva Convention, which is the Humanitarian Act. They signed the Geneva Convention, and they also endorsed the Red Cross Act. The same act that, if you look at the Nigerian police, the Nigerian army, all of them came to Nigeria as an act. So the Nigerian government had to sign the Nigerian Red Cross Act. This act led to the handing over of the Nigerian Red Cross flag to the then Prime Minister of Nigeria, Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, who then handed over the flag of the Nigerian Red Cross to the then President of the Nigerian Red Cross. And from 1961 to date, the Nigerian Red Cross now exists as an independent, neutral, and impartial humanitarian organization, saddled with the responsibility of keeping humanity alive within the territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That is just a little journey
History
of how the Red Cross started and then metamorphosed, grew into Red Cross, the global world, and then came to Nigeria and then became the Nigerian Red Cross Society in 1961.
Okay, and they thereby identified as
NRCS, the Nigerian Red Cross Society. The name Nigerian Red Cross Society simply means that it's not owned by an individual. It is not owned, the Nigerian Red Cross Society is not owned by an individual or a group of persons or the international body, but rather it is owned by the people and the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Just like the Nigerian police is owned by the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and government of Nigeria, the Nigerian army. Thus, the Nigerian Red Cross is also owned by the people and the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay, moving forward now, how can one identify the Red Cross vis-a-vis the aims of the Red Cross? How do you identify vis-a-vis the aims, and what makes you eligible to be a member of the Nigerian Red Cross moving forward?
Now, our identification are very common. Our identification is in line with the Geneva Convention that approves that approve the emblems of the society. So for Nigeria, in Nigeria, we use the cross as a symbol. We use the cross as a symbol. So wherever you see the red cross on a white background, it tells you that the red cross, the Nigerian Red Cross is there. It is the Nigerian Red Cross the Nigerian Red Cross is the only body, only group entitled to use this cross that has 5 equal sides in the territorial integrity, within the territorial integrity of Nigeria.
5 equal?
5 equal bosses. 1,
Really?
2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, 5 equal.
All bosses
Okay.
makes up the Red Cross emblem.
So what's the difference between the cross, sign of the cross,
And-
that Jesus died on, and then and resurrected, of course, and the sign of Red Cross?
Now,
It's not the same.
When you
And the
look,
one they use in the hospital as well.
No,
Okay.
these are boxes.
okay,
These are boxes.
yeah.
Yes.
Now when you look at the Christian cross,
Yeah.
you will see that the cut is at the top. You see it at the top. The cross is the length is why the cut is at the top.
Yes.
But for the Red Cross emblem, the cut is at the middle. Thus, it has 5 equal sides, 5 equal parts.
Oh.
Unlike the Christian cross. And then, to correct some misuse or abuse of the Red Cross emblem, the Red Cross emblem is only entitled to be used by the Nigerian Red Cross Society, the Nigerian Armed Forces during conflict, or any group that is authorized to use it during emergency response. Any clinic, any hospital, any ambulance you see using this emblem is an abuse of the emblem.
Okay.
In fact, the hospitals, the clinic, the doctors, they have their own sign. They have a cross with a snake on it.
Yes.
That is the medical
Yes.
symbol. So when you see people using this cross, is because it's a popular emblem for humanity and for medical service. So people abuse it.
Okay. So,
It has to be 5
yeah.
equal boxes. But each of these boxes, do you have any representation by saying gold?
Now for these bosses, they represent the major frontliners of the Red Cross. Like for instance, we have the ICRC, we have the IFRC, we have the state parties to the Geneva Conventions, which are the government, like for instance the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the American government, the British government. We have the National Society. These forms the components of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement.
Okay. So looking at you and other volunteers and trainers that have come across, one would, quickly want to join the Red Cross Society. So who is qualified to join?
Now, for membership, everyone is qualified to join the Red Cross. Be it a man, be it a woman, a boy, a girl,
A child.
a child.
Yeah.
That is why today we have pupils in primary school who are Red Cross members.
Really?
We have pupils in nursery school, in KG, who are Red Cross members. I joined the Red Cross while I was in primary school.
Wow.
I joined the Red Cross while I was in Oruguru Primary School.
No wonder.
So you begin to see that when you mean catch them young, it's from that point. And Shibili South here today in Asaba here today, we have a lot of kids who are Red Cross members. They are card carrying members of the Red Cross. So anybody can join the Red Cross, whether you are from the north, whether you are from the east, whether you are from the south, whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, whether you don't have a religion, whether you are an African traditional practitioner, in as much as you are driven by the aim of service to humanity.
Okay, as we celebrate the World Red Cross Day tomorrow, how many years of humanitarian success will the Red Cross Society be celebrating?
It
As
is.
we round it up.
It's a glorious one. It's unimaginable for you to hear the number of years. When you hear that it's 161 years of serving humanity, of saving humanity 161 years from 1863 to 2024. That is 161 years of active service, of being the largest humanitarian organization in the world, recognized by government, and one who has a seat in the UN as the custodian of the international humanitarian law.
Yeah.
So the Red Cross tomorrow will be celebrating 161 years.
That's a lot.
That's quite a huge one.
A huge one.
So Red,
Cross.
this is where we'll wrap it up for today.
You ready? Eagles.
All right, this is where we'll wrap it up for today. And so on behalf of the production crew, I'd like to thank Rev Felix, Disaster Management Officer, Nigerian Red Cross Society, speaking to the conversation, World Red Cross Day celebration. We do hope to have you again regularly
Sure.
on our beat. Okay, as we wrap it up
Thank
for
you
today.
for riding with us. Let's do this tomorrow morning, bright and early. Be good.
All right, be good. That was the closing word. Be the best you can. My name is Ono Metano. God bless Delta State. God bless Nigeria.